right, here we go, the trailhead on the Brewster end. We just passed the Empire State Trail sign. Looking good. So I just started in Brewster, so I don't know what the portion's like behind me. But according to the maps, the trail behind me, it's partial road through Brewster. Bike route. Boy, oh boy, what a day to do this. It's supposed to be like in the 90s. I got lots of water. And I think I might have forgotten to pack sunscreen, but I'll stop in a little bit and check. If not, hopefully I can find a Walgreens or CVS or something. Or hopefully the trail gets shaded down the line. Probably not, because this seems to follow the railroad right of way. Got an exempt crossing. That means that trucks and buses that are normally required to stop and pause before crossing tracks, they don't have to stop at those crossings that are exempt. It's either those are either for abandoned rail lines or rail lines that aren't really used very frequently. That rotting tree across the tracks is definite proof that no trains have been through here for a while. They got the trail separated pretty nicely though, so I'm sure if they ever wanted to pick up train service again on these tracks, they could pretty easily. Downhill. I guess it's Monday, and I thought maybe more people would be out and about and on the trail, but maybe since it's Monday, most of the rest of the world's at work. But I don't work like the rest of the world. I work for the railroad. Luckily, I'm close to working normally with Sunday and Monday off. So I get some taste of the weekend life. I think overhead that's Interstate 84. It's a roadway that I've traveled frequently over the years, going between Long Island and upstate New York. and once or twice I've traveled a little further east into Connecticut, to Danbury. So I'm just gonna stop talking for a little bit and just enjoy the serenity of nature, except for those train tracks. So far, so good on the signage. Got a cute little lake over there on the right. Or a reservoir or something. Homes on the left. That little reservoir looks like it's got a little public beach across the way. That's what I forgot to do. Public park here on this side too, with a little roped-in swimming area. He was either singing or talking to somebody. Who's at my front door? Hey, look at that. I'm still on the Empire State Trail. This has been something I've wanted to do for quite a while now. I remember hearing a few years ago that New York was going to try to complete some sort of cross-state trail, and then I hadn't really heard much about it, so I forgot about it. But then earlier, I think it was in January 2021, I saw a little headline or a news blip or something that Governor Cuomo announced that the Empire State Trail was complete for travel all the way from Battery Park in Manhattan up to Albany, and then from Albany you could either go straight, continue going north all the way up to the Canadian border by Rouse's Point, following the west coast of Lake Champlain, or from Albany you could turn left and head west, following a majority of the time following the Erie Canal and the trails that run along the side of that all the way to Buffalo. I'm not ambitious enough to go all the way up to Canada, but I figured it would be realistic, a little more attainable to just cover little bits and pieces of the trail here and there. So today's my first experience on it, and yeah, I'm gonna hopefully do about 60 miles today. Morning. Alright, it's not morning anymore. Dykeman's. And also, even before I found out about this trail, I think it was probably back in 2012, I started thinking about getting folding bikes. So after doing some research, I stumbled upon the Brompton bikes, and really started to take a liking to them. But I was a little discouraged by the cost. At first I couldn't wrap my head around spending as much as they were asking on a bike that consisted of such little material. But then the more I thought about it, and the more I watched a handful of YouTube videos and did more research and found reviews and stuff, and the reviews and everything were just pouring in with high marks, and seemed like a pretty nice idea. It folds, in my opinion, better than any other folding bike. When you fold it into the folding position, everything locks into place, and it's a solid little package. And when you unfold it, it's very rideable. I'm 6'1.5", and I got long legs, and I'm very comfortable riding this bike. I didn't end up fully deciding on purchasing it, excuse me, until, I don't know, maybe 2018. That's when I finally decided to pull the trigger. Because shortly after I started thinking about it, I had my first kid, and then a couple of years later I had my second kid, so a lot of finances and just emotions and mental energy were being diverted towards taking care of them as little babies. But the older they got, they're still expensive, but that's all right. I love them. I decided that even after all those years, I still wanted to get a Brompton, so I talked to the wife, talked to a couple friends who also had them, and they were all encouraging me to do it. And I took possession of the bike almost 2 years ago. The 4th of July this year will be 2 years since I took possession of the bike from the bike shop. And with that, I guess long story short, too late. I always wanted to do some semi-long distance bike rides. You know, my bike riding plans kind of fall short of some more ambitious cyclists that do centuries and even more than that, 100+ miles in a day. I'm not quite that ambitious, but I think it would be a lot of fun. Wow. All right, I'm just gonna stop here for a second because I forgot to get my... Wow, listen to how quiet it is. I'm just gonna pause here momentarily because I forgot to set up my other GoPro. You know what? I'm gonna keep on going because there's some kind of fly that really wants to snack on me. Oh my goodness, it's so quiet here though. Alright, maybe this is a slightly better spot. Alright, let me set up the other GoPro, and we'll pick up right here.